Hey guys, Wizard59 here, and welcome back to another awesome LEGO Star Wars set comparison. And today we're going to be taking a look at the both versions of the LEGO Star Wars Republic fighter tank. The one on the right here is set number 7679. It was released back in the year 2008, has 592 pieces and 2 minifigures. Its original retail price was $50 US or 49 pounds. The one on the left is the Republic fighter tank from 2017. It has 4 minifigures, 305 pieces, and it originally retailed for $25 US, or I believe it's now retailing for 20 pounds. And it also comes with 4 minifigures. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and take a look at this comparison. So basically what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be taking comparing the two based on their minifigure selection, the overall set and its stability and looks, and then at the end I'll be kind of coming to a final consensus as to which one probably is the better of the two, as well as I'll be telling you where you guys can buy each of these versions of the set as if right now, mid-2017. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so starting off, let's take a look at the minifigure selection in each of the sets. Once again, in set number 7679, we have 2 clone troopers. Now, technically they are both regular clones, but in some places it does say that you include a regular clone and then a clone commander, which is this minifigure right here. And the only difference is the fact that he has his armor, and which is in the light bluish gray color. And both minifigures just have the regular Clone Wars version of the Clone Trooper face underneath it. And on the right, or on the left, sorry, is our minifigure selection from the 2017 Republic fighter tank. You get 2 just regular B1 battle droids, nothing too fancy about them. And then you also get your clone gunner here, so unlike the old one, this one actually includes a clone gunner. And it's a pretty cool figure. It's exclusive to the set as if right now 2017. He has pretty nice printing on his torso and legs. And he also comes with a newer updated version of the Clone Trooper headpiece. There's a look at the backside. So really cool figure. And probably the best figure of all of these is of course Aayla Secura. Sorry about that. But she's a really cool figure. And she is actually exclusive to the set. And she is in this kind of a darker blue kind of color. She's the same color as the Grand Admiral Thrawn minifigure in terms of reference. And she also has some really nice printing, including on her legs. It's a bit tough to see, but she has slight printing on her legs. You can see the backside there. And she also has a double-sided face, the first one being her just regular face, and this one being a bit more of her angry face. So that is Aayla Secura, and those are a look at the minifigures. Alright, so here we have both of the tanks kind of side by side here, and of course you can immediately see the very large size difference. In terms of height, the 2008 version of the fighter tank is almost 7 bricks taller than the 2017 version. Which is definitely expected because especially of the fact that the prices of $25 for the 2017 version and the price is $50 for the 2008 version. So it's about half. It's half the price. So you can definitely see there's quite a bit of a difference here. We'll actually go ahead and move them side by side here, so you can kind of see how they look right next to each other. And once again, that's what, about a 7, maybe 8 studs at most length difference in terms of this length over here. So it's definitely a very significant increase in terms of length. But of course, bigger is not always better, as we'll now go ahead and just take a quick look at the tanks themselves here. And yes, you can actually, I forgot to mention this in the beginning, but I am missing a couple stickers on the 2008 version. So basically, let's move this a bit here. But this sticker and this sticker, there's supposed to be another one of those on these two pieces here, which I am missing. But anyways, now let's go ahead and take a quick look at both of the models up close. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off just with these side sections here. Now, the big thing, one of the big differences between the 2008 and 2017 version is that the 2008 version actually has like the hinge type of plates here to connect this piece to the main section here, while the 2017 model, actually, if you could see, the side part is actually built in to the rest of the structure, so it's not able to be separated, and it's not at a like lowered angle, because if you can do this and you can actually move this to its like straight angle, which is kind of what this vehicle has, but the 2008 version, actually you have it at a bit of an angle. And in terms of the detailing, both of them have some pretty good detailing. So of course here you have a use of the sticker piece here, while here you actually have more of that actual brick detailing. And in a way, I actually in a way kind of like the brick detailing, as I really like the use of this like lighter green color rather than just using stickers. And I wish actually they would have included more of the lighter green color brick on this version. But moving up, you can definitely see there's quite a bit of difference. Where here you have these type of like modified like bricks as a side, while here you actually have these type of like light type pieces, which is a bit of an interesting design choice. I don't think they're actually there in the actual tank, so that's just a bit of a creative liberty that the designers took when making this. And one feature is of course that you can open this section up here to reveal a blaster. So there's some nice space for a blaster. That's actually the good part about this set, that the wings are so large that you have multiple play features, while here you can see there's just no play features at all. They're just all the bricks and detailing, as you can kind of get a closer look there. So there's no like real play features on the wings, or on the side panel, sorry. And I mean, that's not really too much of a problem, but it is a bit of a nicer like touch. And of course, if you look at the 2008 model, there's actually another play feature where you can take this section here and flip it all the way around, and those reveal flick fire missiles. So again, flick fire missiles aren't used nowadays, but all you need to do is kind of like flick them. It is a bit tough to do sometimes. There you go. So it's a pretty cool feature, and I really like how it's kind of hidden very well. And you can easily just lift this panel back, and again there's a better look at that sticker detailing. And one thing I don't like is on the back, they kind of just left all these bricks open and didn't really tile it as much, and that's actually one of the cons about this set, but nothing too big. And now let's go ahead and just take a look at the front sections of both of the builds. And once again, you can see detail wise, this one has a lot more like slopes and pieces. And this section actually can open up, and that reveals a really nice like engine detailing, as you can see there. Looks pretty good, and you have a small printed tile there as well. We'll get you a closer look at that. And then of course the two emblems, both are actual like pieces, 2x2 round tiles. Well, on this set, if we take a look at it, the emblems are basically just stickers. And actually, I'm totally fine with these stickers. These actually do look really nice, especially with the kind of like the white detailing. And overall, I actually kind of do like just the overall like design, how they used a lot of dark red compared to this kind of design where they had a white wedge plate in the middle. That just looks a little bit odd to me. And then of course you do have some more sticker detailing here on the top. This is something I don't really like. They didn't really tile all this off. This is just like various studs showing here, and easily they could have fixed that with some tiles. While here you can see definitely there is no studs showing, and that just gives it a bit more of a sleeker look. In terms of the blasters here, and this is actually one of the big ones where the 2017 one is a bit better. These blasters, they are very large, as you can see here, and they rotate up and down. So we'll move this out of the way, but you could kind of see these blasters just are too bulky. I don't know why. But I'm not a huge fan of just how they designed these blasters. Even if they're a bit accurate, I still feel like they could have maybe added a few less parts here to make it, a little less bulky. But overall, the blaster head here still looks pretty good. And again, it rotates up and down. While on the 2017 model, you can kind of see the blasters, they do incorporate these stud shooters, which I don't like too much. If they had removed the stud shooters, the rest of the blaster actually looks pretty good. And again, stud shooters, all you do is push down on that piece and it fires. And I do like they use these like black pieces rather than the gray color or the light bluish gray color. That actually looks a lot better. But again, there's a better look at the blaster, and that also moves up and down. That actually can move 180 degrees, which is pretty cool. This one cannot. It can only move 90 degrees because it is restricted by the end here of the side panel, and you can move that back down. And so there's a basic look at the guns, and now we'll take a look at some of the accessibility of both tanks. Alright, so now let's go ahead and take a look at basically the interiors of both of these builds. Now, the 2008 one has a pretty large interior compared to the 2017 one. So let's take a look at the 2008 one first. And before we actually take a look at the interior, there's a cool feature where you have this back door here, and you just lift it down, and the seat pops up with the pilot. So he's like peering out of it. And it's a really cool feature, which I'll show you just right now. But basically, to access the interior of the build, this entire section here lifts off like so. So it's really simple, has a nice turn on the top, which is surprising they didn't include one in the 2017 one. Even if they had included just a spot to like pop your gun on the top, that would have been nice. But they didn't do that, but it's, again, nothing too big. But here's a better look at that. So here's a look at the entire interior, which is quite large. So basically, I'll put it down so you can kind of get a look at it. But in terms of that play feature, so basically what happens is you have your seat here. And you can see the seat has that knob at the very end. And basically what you need to do is when you lift the door down and push your seat, it's connected to this rubber band here. Well, it's alright. But anyways, there's this rubber band here which connects the seat, and that lets it get pushed up and down. So you push the seat down, and then you see this kind of like piece that nudges out of this like modified plate. You need to make that red piece go underneath this, like so, and then the seat is locked. And then when you open up the door, the seat gets unlocked and rises up to the very top. It's a pretty cool fun play feature. You can see once again there's a pretty large interior here. You have a seat here with a couple of control panels. And if you remove that seat, you can easily fit maybe 2 standing minifigures in there. So you can fit up to 3 minifigures, modifying it to just minifigures sitting down. So it's a pretty spacious interior. You can see there's a look at the windows there. So it's a really nice interior on the 2008 model. We'll pop this section back on, like such. But the 2017 model, on the other hand, that's not the case. Now, of course, the price point is in half of what the 2008 model is. So I totally understand that the interior isn't that large. But basically, to have an interior for this, you can just lift this hatch open, and that reveals the interior. Now, the only problem, and what I would have liked, is maybe if they could have, again, similar to this, where they kind of take this whole thing and just pop it off so you can have easier access to the interior. But that's not the case. And basically, what you do is you have a pretty nice space there. You see the 4 studs for your pilot, and you have a nice control panel. But the only problem is it's difficult to like put your hands in there. You can't put more than 2 fingers. And you just take your pilot, and he sits inside like such. And you can make him standing and like peering out of the hatch. So what you do is there's this like piece here, and you just stick his hand on it like such, and that's kind of how he's like peering out of the tank. So it's again a lot more simpler than the 2008 version, but both of them have the ability to sit down in the tank or kind of like pop their heads out of the tank. But interior wise, definitely the 2008 one has a larger one, but then again, the fact is that the 2017 one is a lot smaller. But there's a look at the interiors. And lastly, of course, we can take a look at the back side here, and you can immediately see the difference. This one doesn't even have a back door. It's basically just a little container there with a few studs inside for your stud shooters. This one has actually a full functioning door where you can actually fit a minifigure inside. But it's pretty cool. And then lastly, again, the antennas here. These are just regular antenna pieces. Well, these are cool, like fencing swords, or these are the ones that the musketeer minifigures come with. But it's a pretty cool. But anyways, there is a look at the back. Alright, so now that we have had a look at both of these sets, their minifigures, playability, and etc., let's go ahead and make a decision as to which one is better. Now, there isn't really any clear winner. Now, of course, size-wise, the 2008 one is much better, but size isn't everything. Just because it's larger doesn't mean that it's always better. Of course, size-wise, this is great because of the fact that you have a large interior and you can fit a lot of minifigures. It has a lot of play features, so it's really good for playability. And it actually just looks really nice on your shelf, really pops out, really large vehicle. But in terms of accuracy, the 2017 version wins because of the fact that it is a lot more to scale. So the actual vehicle in universe is a lot more to the size of this model, as this one is actually quite oversized compared to the vehicle in universe. Still, it's a little bit larger than the 2017 version, but it's definitely closer to the 2017 version in terms of size. So in terms of accuracy, this one wins. But just in terms of the overall look and playability and interior, this one definitely wins. And of course, lastly, minifigures. Which one is better? Well, I personally do like the 2017 version's minifigure selection a lot better, just because of the fact that, you get clones and droids, and you also get a Jedi, who's a pretty cool minifigure in a really cheap set. This one only includes 2 minifigures, which isn't a lot for a $50 set. I wish they would have at least included 4, maybe even 5. Maybe include a Jedi and 2 battle droids, which on top of the 2 clones. I think that would have been perfect for this set. But definitely minifigures wise, I believe the 2017 one has much better minifigures, even though you just get 2 regular clones in this set. But anyways, there you go. So there is a look at both sets. So lastly, where can you buy both of these? Well, the 2008 one is retired as of right now, mid-2017. So you'll have to go on brooklyn.com or eBay. And actually, you can find this still $50 for a used version, second-hand version. So that's actually pretty good. If you want to buy it brand new in the box seal, that'll cost you upward $90 to $100. The 2017 version, which as of now is still available in stores for $25, Toys R Us, Target, Walmart. You can also buy it on Amazon.com, eBay. So there are a lot of places where you can get this version. And so it really depends how much money you have and what how much money you have and what kind of style you're going for. Do you want more accuracy? Then the 2017 one is better. But if you want just playability and size and even looks the 2008 one is better. And lastly, I thought I'd just go ahead and show you the instruction manuals for the sets if anyone was wondering. 2 instruction manuals come in the 2017 version, while in the 2008 version you have 1 large instruction manual. You can kind of see a better look at the size here of the instruction manuals, which is kind of obvious because of the fact that the sets, one is $25 and one is $50. So definitely because of that reason, the instructions are of different sizes. But anyways, there you go. Thank you so much for watching this comparison review. If you enjoyed it, a thumbs up would be great. Do not forget to check out, I actually have a lot of LEGO Star Wars reviews of vintage sets from 2007 and before, like the Clone Turbo Tank, Imperial Inspection, 2007 MTT, and many more. So definitely check out my other reviews. And if you want more comparisons, I have a comparison of the 2007 ATST versus the 2016 one. So definitely check that out as well. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming very soon, including a modified version of this. I'm going to make this a bit larger, a bit more accurate in terms of size to the actual vehicle and universe. So stay tuned for that custom modification video coming out in the near future. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is Wizard 59, and I'll see you all next time.